Okay, let me start with good news. So there is now a wait list on Telegram where you can download the worksheets for all the things that we do. So you can download the worksheets there for free because I'm interested in your getting results from these sessions. I don't intend this to just be information only sessions. I actually want you to do well. I actually want you to practice these things and get results. And as a coach, one of the things I'm trying to do is to create implementation worksheets to help people to translate information into implementation, because until you execute on the things that I'm teaching you, it doesn't profit you. So in the description of this session, you are going to find a link to join the Telegram waitlist, because many of you have been asking, send me payment, I want to join the financial fitness challenge. But like I said, we don't have any financial fitness challenge coming up until September or October. But I don't want to leave you without any gifts and without any special help until September or October. So what we're going to be doing after every session like this, you can go to the wait list and download the worksheet so that you can implement this thing. I want you to start making money. It's not information I come to give you here. I actually want you to make money. I actually want you to enjoy financial peace, because when you do, then you will have the calmness and the peace in your heart to face what you're here on earth to do. You are not here to be running after money. You are not here to survive. You are not just here to wake up every day looking for food to eat. You are not chicken. I have a couple of chicken at the backyard here. Every morning, very early in the morning, they wake up and they start scratching, and all day. You are not chicken. We are meant to be financially free, not so that we can go around showing off or oppressing other people who don't have as much as we do, but so that we can use that wealth to achieve the purpose for which we are created here. That's what the worksheets will do. So the worksheet is already in the wait list. Immediately after this, join the wait list, download the worksheet, complete it. You would be amazed that you can start making money in 48 hours. I am very practical. I want everything to be practical, not just theory. I thought somebody would say thank you in the comment section. Isn't that really good? I thought somebody would say thank you. Okay, so today we are going to be talking about what the people over 50, how people over 50 can earn money online. Just a second, we've got to throw here as usual. So I need to get rid of that. Okay, you're welcome. You're all welcome. I'm looking forward to that day that all of us that have been in these sessions can decide, okay, we want to take a trip to, say, Rwanda. Rwanda has some beautiful places, so we want to take a trip to some safari in Eastern Africa or South Africa. Or we want to take a trip together to Dubai or to Costa Rica or to somewhere and just express gratitude to God for the kind of results that we get through these sessions, for opening our eyes for the wealth that we've been able to create. So today, if you're 50 and above, even if you're not up to 50, this is for you today. Don't retire yet. Learn how to earn money online after 50. I'm going to give you a step-by-step guide. And in fact, the worksheet, which is already preloaded for you, free, in the wait list, will help you step by step to implement it. Okay. So if you're 50 and above like me, before you say, I'm too old for this online stuff, or let me just manage what I have, the pension that comes in every day, or before you say that, pause. Big pause. Can you type pause in the comment section with capital letters? Pause. Pause, because I know that's what goes on in the minds of many of us, who are in our 50s and 60s. Oh, am I not too old for this online thing? Am I not too, is this thing not too sophisticated for me? Why don't I just manage what I have? Pause. Pause. Yes, pause. Because what if retirement is not the end of your earning power? Have you thought about that? I have made more money in my 50s than all the 49 years of my life put together. I'm stepping into my 60s next year. I'm going to be 60 this year. And I'm stepping into my 61st birthday next year. And as I'm stepping into 61st birthday, the compounding of what I have been able to strategically create in my 50s are incredible. Compounding is incredible because in the next 2-3 years, what you have built in the past 5 years can become times 7, times 20, times 30. Don't give up on your 50s and 60s. What if that's just the beginning of your earning power? That's the point I'm making. And I do not know who planted that retirement virus into the human brain. Because retirement is not natural. It's artificial. It's man-made. Retirement did not exist like 200 years ago. In fact, even 60 years, 70 years ago, 80 years ago, there was nothing like retirement. In my village, among those old farmers, I saw people work and enjoy their lives. The farmers still going to the market at 80, at 90, selling their yam, selling their stuff, happy, having conversations, with people in the marketplace, which is actually what keeps them alive. So they mix. And I remember the village I grew up in the evenings, these old men, they will come back from their farms and they will gather by the village square, by that market. For those of you who know where I grew up, that market is called AK. And it's usually in the evening. And all these very elderly people, 70s, 80s, 90s, they will gather, gist about their times, talk about their experiences in the farm, and then drink palm wine together. That's why those people used to live 100 and something years without glasses, without losing any of their teeth. If you know what I'm talking about, just type in the comment section true. These people did not retire. They lived their lives. They communicated. They earned. They served. They thought. They planned. They acted. But all of a sudden, somebody came to tell us and indoctrinate us. Oh, there's something called retirement. So when you're 60, or you're 65, start winding down because that's the end of your life. Lie. It is a falsity. It is not true. It is artificial system. Retirement is artificial. It's not natural. Type it in the comment section. Retirement is artificial. Don't let the system that somebody created, politicians created for you, don't let it confuse your head. Because many of us are, once we turn 60, we start winding down. Okay, our body, we're no longer having energy. I'm forgetting things. I keep my key in front of me and I forget it's there. And then you begin to talk yourself. You don't know you're actually the one using your mouth to drag yourself into that sort of darkness. But retirement is artificial. Retirement. And people say, okay, in my 60s, now I'm in my 50s, my strength, my physical health starts going down. Says who? I am 60. And I can tell you, many of you who are 25 years, 30 years, 20 years, if they put us in the field, you won't see my back and you'll be breathing. And you've been seeing online, they've been seeing people 75 and 80 exercising, eating well, and they are ripped. So retirement is a virus that somebody plants in your mind. And then they start telling you that, once you're in your 60s, your earning power starts going down. Lie times 1,000. It's not true. Your earning power actually goes up. Warren Buffett, the bulk of Warren Buffett's wealth, he made it in his 60s. If he had had that retirement thinking and stopped at 59, somebody actually calculated it and read it. He made the bulk of his money around his 65th birthday. Like 90% of his billions came in his 60s. So don't let anybody confuse you and tell you that you're over 60 and therefore you should wind down your vision and you should not be ambitious. It's a lie. Don't let the system force that thing into your mind, because once your mind buys it, that's it. You start going. All right. So retirement is not the end of your earning power. It is the beginning of a new, peaceful and productive chapter. Just look at it. Many of you, like me, in your 50s and 60s, the children have all left home. In fact, they have started living lives of their own. Some of them have gotten married and they are living lives of their own. So you no longer do those school runs. You remember, you no longer have to, they say, rack your brain where the school fees are going to come out from. You no longer go for PTA meetings and all those things that used to stress you. You no longer fly to go for visiting days. Man, that's a new chapter. And that's a great chapter. You have just been released, to earn income and to become very productive. Okay, so you could make money from home using the skills you already have. Even if you've never worked online a day in your life, don't let that thing online scare you. It scares a lot of us. Oh, I don't know how to use Telegram. Oh, I don't know how to. Where is Apple Store? And then to check your email, you are calling your grandchild. Come and open this email. And what is email? Open it. They said that they sent me email. I don't know how to open it. Show me. No, you can learn. Because you've already allowed your mind to be confused by the fact that you are 60s, so you are not this online thing. I'm afraid of it. Zoom. Hey, what is Zoom? I hear about it. Please, my daughter, come and they say that I'm already. Come and show me how do they turn on video, turn off video. I'm grandma now. I'm 62, so I can't use Zoom. Says who? Says who? Grandma, if I catch you, I know you're my senior, but if I catch you talking like that, I'm going to do something to you. No, don't talk like that. Okay? So I need you to know that retirement is not a finish line. Retirement is not a finish line. Retirement is a fork in the road. When you are traveling on a road and then the road now has a fork, one goes right, one goes right. That is what retirement is. So you either choose to fade, that is one road, or you choose to flourish. That's what retirement is. At 50, at 60, at 70, it's a choice, either to flourish or to fade. My mentors, I have mentors in their 90s. Elder Natu Koro, there's Elder Emma Oji. They are in their 90s, like mid-90s. These guys, in their early 80s, Emma Oji was still writing a book and publishing in our Maison at 92, 93. At 92, 93. So if you guys remind me, I can give you a link to that man who was still writing book. I can give you the link, Amazon, to his books on Amazon at 93. And then you are 62 saying, oh, this online thing. No, don't do that. Retirement is not a finish line. It's a fork in the road. You choose, are you going to flourish or are you going to fade? And then why this is also important for many of you who talk with me all the time is that some of you are you're 68, you're 67. And your children are not doing well. So you cannot even say, oh, I'm going to rely on my children, like we used to do in those days. I asked a man in those days in the village, what was his retirement. The guy he had about 5 wives. He kept marrying wives and producing children. And each time I went home in those days, each time I went home, He will call me. Oh, but which of these ones now are you going to train for me? And I'm in my mind, I'm just saying, look at this man. So he thinks he's the only one that knows how to do that thing to produce baby. The problem is not to produce the babies. So 5 wives, just producing, popping them out for me now to come out, because I don't know how to pop out babies. So I can't also pop out babies from 10 women. That's the easiest thing to do. You can pop out, an average man can pop out 500 children. But he had no plan. He was expecting me to train them. Which one are you going to go back to Lagos with? He will ask me. I say, Uncle, none of them. Oh, I have 3 that I'm trying to to bring up. So one day it's like, wait a minute, what is your retirement plan? Like when you, whatever. He said, you're asking that kind of question. Look at the children. They are my retirement plan. It's no longer like that. It's no longer like that. Can you hear me, retirees? It's no longer like that. It's not like in those days. Because the situation right now is that your children themselves are thrown into a world that is complicated. They have to survive. And then really you as a good parent, you don't want to be a burden on your children. All of you who are parents and whose children are trying to find their feet, confirm what I'm saying. You can type it in the comment section. Do you really want, which parent wants to be a burden on their children? Having said that, if you are a child to retired parents listening to me, having said that, even though they don't want to be a burden on you, it is a spiritual obligation that you take care of your parents, even if they are well-to-do, because there is a blessing that comes with it. This is not religion, it's spirituality. It is what it is. There's a blessing that comes with taking care of your parents. Look at what your mother went through. Look at what your mother went through, because I think this generation is different. This generation just graduate and then they go off. They go off, live in America, live in the UK, live everywhere, and they don't think about their parents. It's not normal, it's not natural. Even if your parents are well-to-do, it's a spiritual obligation. It is an act of thanksgiving, of gratitude to life, to God. Look at what your mother went through, carrying you the 9 months, nursing you. All the times that she did the school runs, all the times you were sick, this woman did not sleep. Ran around making sure that you are okay. Spending all their money. Look at what your father went through. Didn't buy a car because of your school fees. Didn't build house when other people were building because he wanted to pay your school fees. And then he finishes all these things, and then you just graduate and go out, get a job, and start living just living like that. Wow, that is insane. Even if your parents are well-to-do, always find a way to say, Dad, Mom, I remember, and I will be an eternally grateful son. I mean, if you catch what I'm saying. I don't know whether you hear these sort of things I'm telling you often on YouTube, but that's why my channel is very different. I just tell it to you as it is, and it is raw, and it's unfiltered. That's the way that's the truth. Take care of your parents. But having said that, retirees and parents, life also happens, and your children are struggling, and they're also struggling to meet up with life and things like that, and to build and to raise their own children. So you don't want to be a burden on them. Therefore, you need to learn how to earn money online. Why online? Because everything is online. It's no longer that analog world that you and I, our generation, grew up in. It's no longer analog. My son comes home. Everything he uses, he just stays in the house and orders. And then there are always riders coming every day, delivering things. But I'm still the old school. When I want to do something, I want to drive to the mall. I want to feel it, touch it, and all that. But these guys, this generation is not like that. And if your child is like that, please confirm. Say, my child is like that. Just type it in online. They say they will not go to market. They could stay for 1, 2, 3 months and then never go to the mall or go to the market or go to the restaurant. Everything they want to eat, they order. Everything they want, they order it, and it comes to them. That is the world that we're living in now. It's no longer the analog world that you and I grew up in. Okay, so now, this video I'm making, this session I'm leading, is not a get rich quick thing. I'm not talking about we are old enough now. Many of us, literally all of us, have been hurt by get rich quick things in our younger days. So you can't afford in your 40s, 50s, 60s, to be subscribing to such things, Yeah, okay, let me read a few comments. Yes, Stella says, my daughter is like that. She buys and sells online. There you go. Yeah, First says, true, children are not retirement plan. They are not. Yeah, Saida says it. Children are not retirement bond. They are not. Okay? And then Stella says, yes, my dad at 80 was always writing books. Absolutely. Carol says, retirement is the beginning of another era. And I tell you, it's even a more exciting era. Yes, Saida says, everything is online. It's 5 billion people online. So, our generation cannot avoid to play online. So, you may be 55 and feeling behind. You may be 62 and unsure how to survive this economy. You may be 68 and not ready to just sit at home. Or maybe you're 73 and wondering if it is too late. Now, I'm here to tell you, it's not late. It's not late. Type it in the comment section. It's not late. And you need to say these things out loud to yourself. Let your brain hear your own voice. Because you program your destiny with words. I don't know how many of you know this. You program your destiny with words. So, when you wake up in the morning, first thing, with a loud voice, that's what I do. It's not late. This is the beginning of a new era. This is the best time to be alive. I scream it. First thing in the morning. Look, try it, even now. If you take a pause and just raise your hands, and really say it with confidence and authority and meaning, say, this is the best time to be alive. You are going to notice a very incredible energy shift. And you see, wealth is energy. Yeah. Yes, correct. Yes. We program our destiny with our words. And some of us use our words, especially, seniors. They call us seniors. Those of us in our 50s, 60s. We use our words to actually mess up our future. Everything they say, you agree. Somebody comes in the comes on online or YouTube or something or whatever, television, and starts saying, if you're in your 60s and then this and this and this and that happen, it is stroke, go straight to the hospital. Or if you're 50 and then you go to urinate and this happens and this happens, it is prostate cancer, and then we buy it, we make agreement with it, and then the next thing we go to tell our spouse, darling, I think there's a way I'm feeling. I think this thing might be stroke coming. Wow, don't use your mouth like that. Even if it is, don't use your mouth. Go to the hospital. Let them check you. But don't use your mouth to agree with what a thought is telling you or what somebody said on television. Because once you make that agreement, a tumor that wasn't there before just starts from nowhere. Many of us don't understand the power of words, and especially as older people. Okay, so the answer is no. It's not too late, but you need a roadmap. You don't need a hype. I think maybe I've hyped you a little bit, but you're going to get more than a hype. Okay. Now, let me tell you a few things that seniors around the world are doing so that you can locate yourself there. Let me tell you a few things that seniors around the world are doing. So there's a retired teacher recording voice notes for children's books, and I'd like you to listen to some of these ideas and see if that is you. Remember, I said this is going to be very practical. Or there's a grandma writing product reviews for local businesses. And I can tell you how easy that thing is to do for grandma. Once you learn how to use ChatGPT, your assistant, that thing is miraculous. There's a lot you can do, grandma, from your kitchen table. It's a retired banker helping people polish their CV using ChatGPT. There's an older couple running a YouTube cooking channel from their kitchen. How lovely. The children are all gone. and you have a kitchen, and you enjoy cooking, like I enjoy cooking, just like my wife cooks well, but I cook better. I hope she's not listening to this. I cook better. So you can imagine us seniors, it's a camera out there live, and we are preparing, famous local dishes, and people from all over the world are watching. YouTube is paying me, and I'm a senior. Okay, now you see a 65-year-old pastor creating and selling audio devotionals for morning prayers, a retired nurse offering online caregiving tips to families via Zoom workshops and ebooks. The opportunities are limitless, fellow seniors. A 72-year-old widower narrating African folk tales as bedtime stories on YouTube and Spotify. At 72, a 60-year-old seamstress teaching simple sewing techniques in short video lessons and selling it on platforms like Seller. A grandfather in his late 60s doing voiceovers for birthday and wedding tributes on Fiverr. A 62-year-old farmer writing short guides on organic gardening and selling them as PDF downloads. In fact, I know a medical doctor. She's 80. I think she's already 80. My wife actually knows her much better. She knows so much about these herbs, about these, every plant, for all kinds of things. There's something for cough. There's a plant for cough. There's a plant for rashes. There's a plant for all kinds of things. She's written a book, wonderful book on it. And then imagine this grandma comes online to share these things. Now, already because you're a senior or you're a grandma, you already have this glorious persona. You command this aura. All of you in your 50s, 60s, all of us, we command it because gray hair is expensive. It's expensive. So when little boys come or little girls come and then they treat you anyhow, you're sitting at the airport, or maybe they treat you, just do this, touch your gray hair a little bit. Gray hair is expensive. Very soon, we'll start tokenizing gray hair on crypto. And we start selling gray hair on the stock market because it's expensive. I'm telling you, it's expensive to have one. So we tokenize all your gray hair, we see your hair, and then we count how many are gray. And we monetize it. Okay? So you can imagine you, an 80-year-old, you have a natural authority. You come out there and you're saying something about these herbs, about this and this and that and that. You command a lot of impact and a lot of money comes with it. There's so many of them. A 59-year-old former broadcaster coaching young professionals on public speaking and online presentations. A 62-year-old broadcaster just like that, also having primary schools that he goes to and coaches them with voice, coaches them on phonetics, and the parents subscribe. They pay monthly for 62-year-old man to teach them and coach the children. The list is endless. The opportunities are endless. A senior couple in their early 70s teaching marriage enrichment through private Zoom call and recorded lessons. Do you know, seniors, my fellow seniors, do you know, even the subject of marriage alone, do you know how many marriages in this particular generation are in trouble? I would say even over 90% of the marriages, young people get married. They have all that fanfare. They spend millions. Sometimes they go to Dubai or they go to one exotic place, fly their friends all over the place. This generation, they fly their friends to Italy, or they fly them to somewhere in Indian Ocean to have a wedding. They come up with incredible videos and visuals. And then what happens after that? There was one that chartered about 2 or 3 airplanes to fly people from Nigeria to Dubai for their wedding. And then what happens after 3 weeks? We start hearing, Aisha is start thinking about divorce. So You see that the man beat her or something like that. 3 weeks. Some of them 3 months. The marriage is over. If they just stay, it's just because they are trying to make the family feel whatever. But it's gone. So can you imagine if you and your wife, you are in your 60s, you start a marriage enrichment webinar on Zoom and people sign up to be part of it. And then maybe a class lasts for a month. And then you're charging only $100. And then every month you have about 60 couples from around the world who want you, who are looking at you. They're looking at you, you've been married for 50 years. They want to know, how can we do it? And they pay you just $100. And then every month you have 200 people, 100 people paying you. How much is that already? Grandpa, grandma, how much is that already? 200 people from around the world every month. And they're paying you just $100. 200 times 100. Is that not already 20,000 grand a month? Are you beginning to see what I've been saying? That your earning days are not over. It's just beginning. You are only limited by your imagination. Yes, thank you. Thank you, Nelson. Yes, that's 200. That's 20 grand, $20,000. You can make it in your 70s because they trust you. They see you. They see grandma, and you've been married for 40, 50 years. So these young people, and then you see you have so much wisdom. Do you know that what you can teach these young people in 30 minutes? You can download something in 30 minutes that can make their marriage last as long as your own. And they are there. The market is huge. So there are so many opportunities. All right. So make this note. The internet does not pay you for youth. The internet pays you for usefulness. Can you imagine how useful you are? At 70-year-old, you and your wife, you are holding marriage enrichment seminar, and people are joining from all over the world. From the Caribbean, from America, from Europe, from Australia, from Africa, from Asia. People are joining, young people are joining. These dignified men and women who are in their early 70s and then who have been married for 60 years. My goodness. That is something. So the internet does not pay you for youth. The internet pays you for usefulness. If it pays you for youth, if all the youth would have been wealthy, but they are not. Because what the internet pays you is not for your youth. It pays you for usefulness. Okay. So now let's begin to round up by giving you a framework. I have called it E.A.R.N. E.A.R.N. to make it easy for you to remember. And when we finish, go to the waitlist on Telegram. Just click on the link to join the waitlist and download the free worksheet to implement all these things we've been talking about today. And if you implement it, I guarantee you that within 24 hours, you'll be amazed. You can make your first money online. Or if you've been making money online, you can double it. Okay, so let me give you a simple system. You know, I'm a systems person when it comes to making money. I'm managing it. Now, it breaks your online income journey into 4 clear steps. 4, not more than 4 steps. Step number 1, explore what you know. That's what the E stands for. E.A.R.N. E.A.R.N. So the first E stands for explore what you know. Explore what you know. So ask yourself, what have I done for years that others might find useful? Can you imagine you, a 60-year-old, asking that question? That is amazing. The answers that can come at 60. You have done so many things that others will find useful. Ask yourself, what do people already come to me for advice about? What do people come to me for advice about? What skills do I have that younger people don't? I have skills that younger people don't. I have a skill, for instance, of taking complicated subjects, complicated subject matter breaking it down such that even a 10-year-old or 7-year-old can pick it. It's a skill. I have that skill. I have the skill to totally pattern interrupt the patterns going on in your life, the patterns that have kept you where you are. I have the skill to interrupt it. Many of you who have been listening to me have been already interrupted your patterns without knowing, totally rewired the way you see money. I've totally rewired the way you even see yourself without your knowing that that's what I'm doing. It's a gift. And you have such gifts, okay? So it might be teaching, encouraging, cooking, editing, organizing, voice work, writing, sales, parenting, storytelling, whatever it is, write all of it down. That's the first step. The seed of your next income is already in your past experience. The seed of your next income, the seed of all those millions that lie ahead is already in your past experience. And before I forget, why this is not optional for you, it's something you've got to do. Do you know why? Many of us are living longer these days. Many of us are living longer these days. You know, so I plan my life as if I'm going to die tomorrow, because I could have also died 13 years ago in that Dana plane crash. So I live as if I'm going to go tomorrow, as if I'm going to die tomorrow. I also live and plan as if I'm still going to be here in the next 50 years. So either way, I don't lose. So don't be surprised. Some of you here listening to me who are in your 30s, don't be surprised. I will still be here in another 50 years. And by this time you're 80 and maybe 100 and 100 and something. Don't be surprised that Obo might still be here. And I might go tomorrow. I'm ready for it. I might go tomorrow. I have peace with God and I have peace with human beings. But I might also be here in another 50 years. Same with you. And so you are 60. There's all likelihood that you're still going to be here for 30 years. Going by the age at which people die these days, 80s, late 80s, 90s, over 100. So if you're 50 listening to me, you might still be here 40 years. 40 years is a long time. So what I'm telling you to do is important, because how are you going to fund the rest of your life? If you need medical attention, how are you going to be able to make that happen if you need it like in 20 years? And then maybe your children are struggling, or maybe the children have made something, but you have a health situation that comes and wipes out the children's wealth. Then, instead of them now to build on whatever generational legacy you have, they will start from zero. They start from the same place you were 80 years ago. You don't want that for your children. So take what I'm telling you very serious. Okay, so the seed of your next income is already in your past experience. Then A stands for apply simple tools. Now that you know what you can offer, the next thing is, how do you deliver it online? That's the question. But it's very simple. It's not complicated. So step number one, you now have what you can offer to the world to monetize. Step number two is, how do you now take it from that your space, take it online? So there are two tools you can start with. Two tools you can actually start with in packaging it. One is ChatGPT. Don't be afraid of ChatGPT. It can do so much. Even the free version can do so much for you. I think what I'm going to do in subsequent series is actually hold you by the hand and just show you how you can use it, to package, to organize, and to package your wisdom as content. It could be as a book, it could be as a course. To package, if you want to start running marriage enrichment programs for younger people, I think we can do that. If you're interested, just let me know in the waitlist, the things you're interested in, so that we can dive down on specific skills like Maybe, all right, you want to run a marriage enrichment skill, or you want to do something to help young people with their money. How do we package the content using ChatGPT? That's the kind of thing I can actually do for you. It is easy. It is easy. Simple prompts, simple everything, and it will package it for you. And you just look at it and then put finishing touches for it, and then you're ready to go. So there's a simple tool called ChatGPT. It's an AI tool. There's another one called Canva. In the waitlist, I'm going to put links. For those of you not familiar, I'm going to put that in the waitlist. So Canva is a free graphic tool, very, very free. You can do a lot. You can design flyers. You can design, in those days. I remember I wrote my first book, the one I published. I've written a couple of books, but the one that came out after I left Shell, Financial Freedom for every youth. I had to pay in those days. You pay for book design, you pay for all kinds of things in those days. You even pay for layout. Somebody will have to, somebody who uses, is it Corel Draw or something in design, and then the package you pay. I still use that person. But today, it's just incredible what you can do with Canva or what you can do with AI is just incredible. So many of those things that people used to pay for in those days, with just a snap of a finger, you get it done. So it's easier for us, even now that we're in our 50s and 60s, it's easier for us than it was 20 years ago for people who were 60 and 50, 20 years ago. That's good news. That's amazing. Okay, so don't worry, I'll do future videos to walk us through that. But for now, AI is not here to replace you. It's here to assist you if you dare ask. It will assist you make money. Okay, R stands for record or repurpose. R stands for record or repurpose. So here's where the magic actually begins, from the recording and repurposing. Now that you have the skill, you have the tools, you record something. So you can record a short audio lesson and sell it online. You can write a 3-page guide and design it, Did you know that even something as simple for some of you who are moms or who are grandmas or who are, women in your 50s and 60s, did you know that there are things you have gone through and problems you solved as a mother, somebody who's birthed 4 children, 5 children, 3 children in the past, and now you're in your 50s. There are hundreds of millions of young mothers in their 20s and 30s who just became mothers for the first time. Did you know that there are things you learned as a younger mother that you can teach young mothers about taking care of their babies, about taking care of their bodies when they've had babies? Did you know simple things like, they used to do in Africa, like after a woman in my village, when a woman gave birth, there were particular spices. They used to make pepper soups, particular spices and leaves in our village. I do not know. It's a tradition that our great grandmothers started. And I watched it growing up in the 60s and in the 70s. When a woman gave birth, there were particular pepper soups and then particular spices and things that they put. I don't know what it used to do. But somehow it restored the woman's system. Some of those things helped if the breast milk was not coming out for the baby, it stimulated it. Some of those things helped the woman's stomach to come back afresh. So you find these women in those days in my village, in their 50s and 60s, there was nothing like gym. Today that your generation, you go to gym, let's burn, how many calories have I done today? Okay, how many steps? 10,000 steps, 40,000 steps. And then your stomach is still, those women, their stomachs were flat and they used to have so many babies, 10, 9. My mother had 7. and she was one of the fewest. There were people that had 12, 11, 13 children in my village, and their stomachs, without going to gym. Some of you were raised by a mother like that. Do you know how the kind of virality and how much you will sell if you can package those things? If you can package it in a book, or record it, or even record how that spice is made, and millions of young mothers who just gave birth, and they lay hold of that recipe, they lay hold. Then there's some places where there's a particular way to tie a woman's womb after she's had birth. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about here. You know, there's a particular way to tie something at a particular time and for a particular season, so that the thing doesn't go out. But such knowledge, I haven't seen it. Maybe it exists somewhere, but it doesn't exist. But I'm just telling you that the possibilities of you earning money in your 50s, any money online, and any money in your 70s and 60s are endless. Grandma, if you are 70, and you can even package this thing I'm talking about for young mothers, first-time mothers. And first-time mothers go through all kinds of experience. What if in the process of giving birth, they experience a tear? Do you know it's a big problem for them? But for you, you've gone through it and you know exactly what to do. Do you know the panic that young mothers have when they see rashes, certain kinds of rashes on the skin of the babies? But grandma, you saw that so many times, and you knew what to do to deal with it. I remember in our time, I have some in my bathroom here. There's this palm kernel oil they call Inuake in my village. It was never lacking. In any house in the village, every old woman had it. Every grandmother, once any child, they make it from palm kernel. So I don't know how many of you know palm kernel oil. It was in every home in those days. Once a child had fever, they applied that palm kernel oil, that native palm kernel oil. That fever went. When a child was having seizures or something, or there was somebody having epilepsy, they applied it over the body. I saw it with my eyes. Nobody told me. But you see, Western medicine came and destroyed most of those things that were working for us. And then we no longer have it. But grandma, if you know those things and you can package it, in an ebook or something, that's amazing. You are going to earn money into your 90s. Because once you start earning money online, it becomes passive. People will continue to buy because a new mother is born every day. Okay? So, yeah, Stella said, yes, we use palm kernel oil as children. Absolutely. And then Uche said, yeah, they used it for us. Exactly. Yes, Uche said it's udaki. Excellent. Where do you find all those things today? Okay, so don't overthink it. Just keep it very, 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 very simple. Then finally, N. N stands for nurture and earn. So this step is about placing your offer where other people can find it. So you've created your guide, you've created your video, you've created your ebook of all these things. It might just be something like 12 things, 12 items every nursing mother, every new mother must have in her home. Or 17 items every nursing mother, every new mother, first-time mother must have in her house. And it's written by Grandma Stella. And then where you put it, the Grandma Stella, 72-year-old. Which new mother, which new girl or somebody getting married will see that ebook and not buy it? And then you list all those 17 things and what they do, why they should have it. When baby burps, or when baby is crying, or when baby is teething, you must have this in the house. You must have a udaki in the house. You must have garlic. You must have all those things. You just list. I'm just mentioning garlic. I don't know what it is. But you put them there. And then 17 things you should not have near your baby. You should not bring near your baby. And then you have that. That's an ebook. So now when you have that, the next thing is to package it and to place the offer where people can see it. For instance, if you live in Africa, Seller is a very good platform because it allows us to collect payments from around African countries, which was very difficult to do just 5 to 10 years ago. Then there is YouTube, like I'm using YouTube right now to teach. You can use it to teach, you can use it to share, to tell stories. You can use YouTube to cook. It is very, very easy. So you just need one, just pick one and then start. So make note, money comes from movement. If you post nothing, you earn nothing. If you post nothing, you earn nothing. So if you're carrying all that wisdom and then you've not even packaged it, or if you've packaged it and then you don't post and talk about it, the way it works online, you're not going to earn anything online. So these are the 4 steps for being able to do that. Okay. So in closing, you know, in our primary school days, I don't know, whenever we debated, there was this big phrase that we used to, you know, in those days to show that you can speak English. Once you finish debating, maybe you're debating for or against, and then at the end of it you say, panel of judges, my co-debaters, and the audience, everything. I hope that with these points I have made, I have been able to convince you and not confuse you that it is not late for people over 50 to earn money online. All right, so let's take a moment or two and tell me, what was your aha moment today? What was it that you heard that was so sweet to your soul, that stirred you up, that made you say, aha, that's just what I needed? Type it in the comment section and I'll read a few of it before I bid you good night. What were your aha moments? What are your key takeaway today? Yeah, Benjamin, I caught you. Looks like you were one of those people that said, I hope I've been able to convince you and not confuse you. Yes, Ayo also says that. I hope you are convinced and not confused. All right, so Ayo says money is in movement. Exactly. Money is in movement. If you don't post anything, you don't earn anything. All right, who else? What are your aha moments? Yes, Oledo says YouTube pays for value. Yes, it doesn't pay for your youth. It pays for your usefulness. Nelson says, I got in late, but I learned experience is ticket to online money. Absolutely. That's what it is. Okay, Wisdom, first time here. And by the way, if this is your first time and then you haven't subscribed, please do so. And if you haven't given this a like, go ahead and press that like, that love button. Do it right now. Do it right now. Okay. Stella says, my aha moment today is that we must explore what you know. Absolutely. Wisdom Mensa just joined. You're very welcome. Well, this replay is going to be there on YouTube. It's not going to go. So you can always go back and review that. And then don't forget to join the wait list for the Financial Fitness Challenge coming in September. And also so that you can get the free worksheet to practice what you've learned tonight. Damietta said, aha moment, that retirement is not the end of life. Rather, it's a continuation to earn. Absolutely. Absolutely. And Yola says, always interesting to listen to your teachings. My pleasure. Thank you very much. Okay, let's read a few more. Let's read a few more before we round it off. What was your aha moment today? What key insight are you taking to bed tonight? Oh, there were a lot of them before this time. Yeah, lots of them. And then, yeah, Nelson says, plan as if you live forever, but live as if you were to die the next day. Absolutely. Absolutely. That's the way I live. All right. And that's a very excellent place to draw the curtain tonight. The link to joining the Telegram waitlist is in the description. It's in the description for this video. So go there, click it, and then the worksheet is already waiting for you there. And start practicing it tonight. Whatever happens, keep showing up. Because you You never know what's coming your way next. And I will see you exactly the same time tomorrow. I love you all. Good night.